All right.
Well,
Good morning, Gary. Hi, this is I'm Elon Wurtzel, as you know, and we have Gary Zaccaro from Ambassador Home Improvement, one of the Chamber's platinum sponsors for SpringFest. And we're going to have a conversation with Gary today about his company, what he's all about, and what's going on. So, Gary,
hello, Elon.
how you doing, Gary? What's going on with you today?
Oh, it's all good. It's a great day today. Thank you for having me on.
It's rainy, and we're going to have some ice, so I'm sure that's good for business, maybe.
Well, we're happy just to have it, the doors open and that we're able to do business.
That's what we like to hear. So, Gary, tell me about your company, about yourself, what you guys do, and what's great about Ambassador Home Improvement.
Well, we started out in August 24th of 1993. So next year will be our 30-year anniversary.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. My father was a builder, and I used to work for my dad. Unfortunately, I lost him very young. So I decided to go out on my own and start my company. And we started out just as a company where I would sell the job and do the work. And then we, started out with a couple of guys and a couple more. And here we are now. We, try to keep the best ratings possible by keeping customers smiling and keeping the work quality at top notch. So that's kind of our secret. Keep the customer happy and make sure the work is great.
How do you do that, Gary? How do you keep the customers happy? What makes you guys successful?
Well, the first thing is sitting down and understanding more about what makes them happy. So what's most important? How do we keep the house clean? How do we, keep the babies okay and safe and the work site safe? And we try to understand more about what the customer needs from us, how we could communicate together. Is texting better? Is emailing, phone calls? What time of the day is best to communicate? And after we're all on the same page about how to create a good, positive environment for both parties, we usually follow the blueprint that way, and most people like the way we do that. Luckily, I would say my secret in business is the stability of employees. We've had the same people forever. My project managers have been with me 18 to 22 years. My employees have been with me an average of 15 to 22 years. So we've had very good, stable employees. My office staff has been with me over a decade each. We're headquartered in Massapequa. Our showrooms are in Planview only. And we try to, maintain a positive relationship with everybody.
And that's a real testament to your company, the stability of your workforce, especially in today's market where employers are really complaining about having access to people that want to work with them and stay with them. So that's, a testament to the kind of company you are.
Well, I almost lost one of the most important people in the company to move to Florida last year. And then after we had a good conversation about what we can do to keep him in New York, he decided to stay with us in New York. So if you're really good, we really like to try to, keep you here. Unfortunately, I did lose one of my office staff, Michelle, who's been with me for over 10 years, to South Carolina, but she works with us full time still, and she does it virtually. You can pretty much do everything from home now.
Right. That's good. So Gary, if someone were to come to you and say, hey, what's Ambassador's, strength? What's their specialty? What would you tell them?
Building second floors, extensions, and kitchen renovations. The key to keeping a job moving along also is that we do most of our own work. So we build our second floors, we finish the work, we do everything in-house. We have our own architects, our own designer on staff. And we have our showrooms located right here in Plainview, across from La Piazza. So it's very easy to work with us, very easy to find us. We just opened 2 new showrooms upstairs in the same building. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot to show people. But overall, we can handle all work, but our specialty really is construction and renovation.
So I see in your background, you got a beautiful, looks like a bar area and a kitchen. Are those examples of the kind of work that you do?
Yes, especially with COVID, bars became popular. So we started building a lot of bars. We do a lot of kitchen work. That's why we have our own designer on staff. So that way customers can get a real nice experience rather than having to, go to some of the big box stores where you don't get that personal treatment. So we try to give that personal treatment by having everybody here in this building.
I'm just trying to understand COVID, pandemic, more drinking.
Yes, more drinking and more business. People are not moving. And why move when you can improve, Elon, right?
Exactly. I know in my neighborhood, ranch style homes are being knocked down and 2-story colonials are coming up, and it's, a lot of the work being done. It looks beautiful. So I'm sure your work is as magnificent as what I see around my blocks.
Well, one important thing is that Nassau County and Suffolk County Department of Consumer Affairs require that we offer a 1-year warranty to our customers. We give 3-year warranty, so that way you're protected for that extra couple of years, so that if anything at all needs some love and attention, it's covered and you have no worries.
And Gary, the past 2 years has been tough, for a lot of different industries, with pandemic, COVID. How has your company adapted to those challenges in the past 2 years?
That's a great question, because a year and a half ago, even if you were to hire my company, I would order all of your material when I started your project. The way we have to operate now is as soon as you hire Ambassador, we order all of your material then, so that when your job is ready to go based on the permit approval process, that we already have all of your material and we don't have to wait on the manufacturers that right now are so far behind throughout the United States that you really have to be prepared, or it could be a nightmare.
Okay. And you indicated that you have, your main offices in Massapequa and your showroom in Plainview. Why'd you decide to, put your showroom in Plainview? What is it about this area that, you guys said, hey, we got to be here?
La Piazza.
Okay.
No, we wanted to be centrally located.
Listen, there is a lot of controversy in Plainview about the best pizza place. So every pizza place has its fan base.
Yes, it does. But we love Plainview. I mean, it's so convenient to get everywhere. No matter where we go from the Plainview showroom, it's usually 15 minutes away. So we love being centrally located. And it was kind of cool. On Money Magazine, I was reading it last year, that Plainview was voted the #1 community in the state of New York. I was very, very impressed with that. Very, very impressed.
All right. Probably got that selection because of Ambassador's showroom.
Yes.
All right. What do you find to be the most challenging part of your business?
Is keeping every single employee busy, because the permit process is very, very tough, dealing with the town of Oyster Bay, the town of Hempstead, town of North Hempstead, whatever. So keeping everybody going every single day, and we have quite a number of people. It's very challenging. However, it's all worked out well. I've had to redo my basement 3 times to keep everybody busy, but we're good.
I'm sure your family loves that.
Yes.
All right. So you're not like the typical shoemaker whose kids don't get good shoes.
No, my wife wouldn't allow that. No, we're good. I have 5 beautiful children, and I try to keep them all happy.
Okay. Well, that leads me into my next question. Do you see your business, particularly your business, as something that young people, your kids, will follow in your path? It's a good opportunity for young people?
Absolutely. We've been in business a long time. My son, Jeremy, runs the showroom here in Plainview. My brother-in-law, David, is part of the estimating team, who's very important to us in helping people understand the costs involved with going through a renovation. My son, Joshua, is now learning the design process of helping people with their kitchens and bathrooms. So I'm hoping and praying that my whole family can be a part of the business for a very long time. There's a lot of opportunity here.
Are there any unique challenges that you have come across because you do have family working with you and bringing them into your business?
Just trying to get my son Joshua to wake up is one of my biggest challenges.
Okay.
But outside of that, it's really been positive. I think everybody's enjoying the fact that we can all work together and work with individuals. I mean, it's so nice to deal with different people from all different companies that they work for, different businesses they have. There's such a melting pot of people here. It's so exciting. We love it, and my kids love it.
That's good. In terms of your involvement with the Chamber of Commerce, tell me what you think about it and why you decided to be a platinum sponsor and be more committed.
Well, the fact that the last 2 years you weren't able to do this because of COVID, I feel that this is going to be huge this year. The fact that it'll be the first time in 3 years. So I wanted to step up and say thank you to the Plainview community for how good they've been to me and my business. And I wanted to just, thank you. That was my way of saying thank you.
So for SpringFest, are you going to have a crew there building a house?
That we won't have, but we'll definitely be able to introduce ourselves to some people that might like to learn a little bit more about Ambassador.
I think it would be great if you could build a house, like a little doll house. You have 50 guys working and it's done at the end of the day. What do you think?
Yeah, well, we'll consider everything you're saying, Elon.
Okay. So tell me something about you that no one knows That,
I was in the military. I served our country in the armed forces. I was in the Army. I went in, it's going to tell you my age a little bit. February 24th of 1984, I joined the Army. My two closest friends, one went into the Navy, Rob, and my other friend Amelia went into the Air Force, and we all went in the Army. We all went in the military, excuse me. And, you know, the experience that I had there in the Army was awesome. It taught me how to be up early in the morning and to be very organized and very detailed about things. So it actually did help me in my business.
oh, maybe is that something for your son Joshua?
No, definitely not. He wouldn't wake up in the Army. So no, that wouldn't be good for him.
All right. How about favorite book or movie?
Favorite movie of all time by far is Casablanca. By far.
He's looking at you, kid.
Yes, I love that movie. I mean, some of the most classic lines ever in that movie. But my favorite line is when they asked Humphrey Bogart what he did for a living. Do you remember what he said?
Tell me.
I am a drunkard. I thought that was classic.
Yeah.
Books, I don't read.
A new bar, don't you think?
Yes. But I don't really read a lot other than what's on my phone on ESPN, just being honest.
Hey, ESPN, it's important. Have you, you said that you started working with your dad. Any other careers or jobs that you've had before getting into, home improvement?
Yes, I worked at D'Agostino's deli department. I learned how to deal with people back then. After working at D'Agostino, I worked for a company called Coca-Cola. You may have heard of them. In the Bronx, they had their own separate warehouse there in Hunts Point, and I was a district salesman. So I would go around and try to build the Coke brand in Manhattan, on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. So I learned how to deal with people back then also. It was actually a great experience. I really enjoyed it.
Well, I feel for you in terms of your deli experience all through school. I worked in Wolbaum's appetizing department.
Very nice.
That was a rough job. So let me ask you this question. In terms of either your family or your work activities, what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of my 5 beautiful children. I have 5 children. The fact that we can all be very close is so important to me. I will also say that my brother-in-law is like my 6th child, David. So David's a big part of the family, and I'm glad that he is. And I just love being around my family. That's my favorite part of my life, and that's why I get up every day.
All right. What has been the most exotic place you've traveled to?
Well, I'm from the Bronx, so I've seen it all.
Okay.
I would say.
Wait a minute. Is the Bronx an exotic travel destination?
Yes. I lived in the Bronx for 29 years. 29 years, and but now I'm in Huntington. But I would say my favorite place is Aruba. It's simple, beautiful. The people are so nice. That's my favorite place, Aruba.
Okay,
that's
cool.
my zen.
In terms of, I'm going to put you on the spot here. You're on a desert island. You can have one food and one activity. What's it going to be?
Wow. One activity, I would say drinking. And one food is going to be filet mignon.
Okay. And
butterfly, though. It has to be butterfly, medium.
Gary, I think you're going to have to bring that bar with you to that desert island.
Yes.
What, in terms of, the next 5-10 years, where do you see Ambassador being?
We want to continue to grow, and we want to have more showrooms. People don't have a lot of time in their life between dealing with children and making sure they're okay and making sure that your household is okay. There's just not a lot of time in people's schedules. So I'm trying to grow the showrooms so that people could see everything right here. So really, that's my goal, is just to continue to open up more showrooms right here locally for people to choose things, whether it be out living or indoor living.
All right. And if you had to put in 5 words or less that tells people about what the real deal is with Ambassador Home Improvement, what are those 5 words?
Where quality is king.
There you go. That was 3 words. Gary, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And looking forward to seeing you at SpringFest.
Thank you very much. And I really appreciate this today.